Welcome to the balcony garden. It's mid-February 2023. It's been a while since I've been on this balcony. It's just been too cold, too grey, and I've just been busy with other things. So today is a really nice day, sunny, and it feels like spring is here actually. So, and I have the day of work, so I decided to come out and do some repair work, clean up for spring. I've really abandoned this place. It's not good, but that's the truth. I have just been watering it and nothing else, so but it still survived, and it's not some things are not in great shape, but almost everything survived. So the lavender is still here, and rosemary, even the rosemary which has been struggling, is still here. I had some lettuce growing there, but that's been gone for a while. This is basil, and if you look at some of my other videos from earlier, maybe 2022, summer 22, I had basil growing here, and I normally take it out, but I decided not to, just to experiment to see if it would come back. So I've left it there, and I have done something similar with my tomatoes. So I had these cherry tomatoes growing. I harvested from some tiny tomatoes from here last year, but again I left it, some weeds growing. I want to see if it will come back. And something else that seems to be suffering is the nettle, but nettle is a very hardy plant. I think as long as I just clean it up, it'll be fine. There's already some new growth I can see coming up. And lemon balm is also come back after I cut it completely back, because it had this I don't know if it was powdery mildew or some sort of fungal issue, and it's come back. This kale has just been amazing. It's just thriving. As a brassica, it shouldn't be a surprise because it's more of a cold weather plant, so I haven't even been harvesting from it, and it's just keeps growing. The mint, again covered in something. I can't seem to get rid of this white stuff. Always comes back. I cut it back, comes back. Anyway, I'll try again. These are a mix of, I think these are leeks mostly, and maybe some spring onions. They've also been doing well, and that's it really. Just clean up, tidy up, and get this balcony ready for spring. I'm not going to sow any new seeds today, but I may do in a couple of weeks. We'll see. But otherwise, it's a really nice day. Really feels like spring is almost here. It's nice to be just out here. I just had my breakfast here and some coffee, and I think it's the first time, maybe the second time I've done that so far this year in 2023. So it's nice. The winter feels like it's behind us, hopefully, but maybe I'm speaking too soon because it's still, you know, mid-February. Sometimes we get some cold weather in February or even March, so who knows. But for now, let's enjoy this good weather and make the most of it, because if the weather turns, I'm not coming out here. So yeah, let me just clean up, and then I'll show the results after. one more look, one last look at the garden before I get to some work. I get limited direct sun here, so when the sun hits it, it's magical. And I just love looking at it. It's been almost 3 years now since I started this garden. And this is where I had my tea. I actually made some sage tea because I'm recovering from a cold. That is my sage. I think it's called Sage officinadis, something like that, which is always a good sign. Apparently I read that anything that has the officinadis in its name is a certified medicinal herb. So that was my tea with some ginger and lemon and sage. It's very noisy, so hopefully you can hear me. But one last scan around the balcony garden, and then it's time to rip out the old and get ready for spring. All done for today. It didn't take that long actually. The main thing was cutting back on the nettle, just clean that up really well. And cut back the mint as well. And the basil, just the top part, to see if it will grow back. What was interesting when I was cutting back the basil was the smell. It was incredible. You could smell, even after months of just being out here looking dead, it was still, the fragrance was still there. And I'm quite tempted to just fish it out of the actually I've got all the this is all the debris from my cleanup. It's not much, but I'm quite tempted to take out the basil and see if I can do something with it, because it really smells good. So, and I watered all the plants as well. That longleaf plantain as well, like I cleaned up. So everything's watered, and I harvested a lot from this kale. So there will be some fresh new growth soon. But yeah, I think this thing just loves being pruned, and the more you harvest from it, the more growth you get. That's my experience with it. And I harvested some leeks as well. And this is my harvest. Lots of kale and some leeks. This will go towards my lunch. But otherwise, yeah, the sun has now gone. It's on the other side of the tall building outside. So that's it for today. And hopefully I'll be spending more time out here now that we're going into spring, sowing some seeds, planting some new things. I learned about wild lettuce yesterday while watching YouTube. What was the name? Black's Tropical Garden, something like that. The lady was talking about wild lettuce. I'd love to grow that. Otherwise, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you're growing something. I hope your gardening is going well and you're motivated to get back out there again if you've been stuck indoors over winter. I know that feeling. But spring is ahead. Time to get out and start growing. Thank you for watching. Bye. So I fished out from the debris the dead basil, the cuttings, because I just couldn't throw it away. And when I stripped off the dried leaves, and the smell was, the fragrance is even stronger. So I've decided to just maybe turn them into powder of some sort. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. Maybe I can put it back in the pot. I'm not really sure. And I don't want to wash it, but it's been out there for months drying off. So, and when you do this, the smell becomes even stronger. Wow. It's almost, it's basil and tones of vanilla as well. That's what I'm smelling. So I'm not sure if it's safe to eat. It probably is. I think it'll be fine. I actually did taste a little bit of it. I did taste it, but it doesn't taste of much. It's more the smell. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but yeah, it's inside and I'll try and figure out something. But yeah, I've learned something new today. You can leave plants, well, herbs, to leave to dry out in their pots, harvest them, and they still smell good. I guess it's a bit like drying them indoors. It's just that you know, mine have been out there outside, and I'm surrounded by construction sites and traffic, so it's not the cleanest environment, but I think it'll be fine. So yeah, that's the basil that I rescued.